Forest Trains is a story-driven first-person shooter set in a post-apocalyptic Paris. You are going to explore, investigate, and survive in a city overtaken by the forests. It will set traps on your way, and the environment will react to your actions. It becomes even more dangerous at night. Also, some areas require special equipment. In the game design, we focus on playthrough variability and the player's freedom of choice. In this video, we'll demonstrate this using one of the in-game missions about two factions' conflict as an example. We'll help the Citizens faction, which is focused on mutual help and cooperation, fight NQA, a bandit-like faction of mercenaries who go against them and have captured their scout leader Remy. Let's see different scenarios of how the mission could be accomplished. The first option is a direct assault together with a squad. Here, the best weapons are those upgraded for combat: switch scopes, extended barrels, and faster reload speed. You might use the Citizen Squad for backup, but keep in mind losing members affects your relationship with the faction. Shoot the roots to trigger the forest aggression, and use them as a cover. The enemy was hiding behind the root cover, so we fired up an exploding blister to force them out. The path is blocked by blade grass, cutting anything that moves. A tourniquet helps. That's why we attack from the flank. This helps us eliminate several enemies. You can't peek from cover. However, a bullet-reflecting bush can help you hit nearby targets. After eliminating the last enemies inside, you finally get the key to Remy's prison. Stealth is an alternative way to complete the mission. The night is the best time for this. A suppressor, a 4x scope, and recoil reduction. That's a good set to silently take out your enemies. At night, everything changes. The creatures become active, and the scouts have returned to base, so you can't rely on their help. The NQA has also closed the gates, but with challenges, new opportunities arise too. While exploring the street, you spot a way over the fence, but you can't simply jump there. Let's see how this rattlefern can help. You also can harvest a special nature-infused grenade from it, but after that, it grabs you and lifts you up. But if you hesitate, it'll explode. Voila! You use the plant as a springboard to the wall. The grass that blocked the passage before now helps you take down the guard unnoticed. And your rattlefern grenade lets you silently eliminate targets from a distance. Open the gate to distract the hostile faction, and let the hungry boars in. They will keep the enemies busy for a while. Trigger rattlefern to activate the trap and keep control over the ground floor. The first one is gone. And the second is gone too. You're free to navigate the streets and admire the architecture. Climb into apartments to see their luxurious interiors, discover charming hidden yards without tourists, and experience the city from every angle, uncovering its backstory along the way. Exploration can be rewarding to open up new possibilities for you. A gas mask. You'll need it as soon as you enter the underground tunnel filled with toxic pollen. That tunnel leads to the NQA building's basement. Except for the hazardous pollen, packs of rats may become a serious problem in limited spaces. Additionally, shooting in the pollen-filled spaces will damage your weapons. Use a ventilation system to release the pollen right onto the enemy heads, neutralizing them. Pollen disorients unprotected enemies, causing intoxication and altering consciousness. Kill or spare them, but remember, every choice shapes your path in the game. Now clear the area. The key is right there. Grab it and free Ring. Forest Trains is all about the player's freedom. Will you choose one of these 3 approaches? Or come up with your own unique style? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your feedback. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, and wishlist Forest Trains on Steam to keep track of all the game updates. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
They're deceiving themselves. Trust me, emissary. Will is the only thing that matters. It creates the hunger, aspiration, and the ability to challenge the island, to find a true desire. So, tell me, emissary, why are you here? What is your wish?
People that are just like me. The same kind of hellraisers. We fight savagely with each other on the garbage dumps. Like to the death. We fight for the loot. You can end up dead anywhere. Literally kicking the bucket in the closest ditch. Keep your eyes wide open. Otherwise they'll chew you to pieces. There are plenty of monsters around here. And it just so happens that the most dangerous of them walk on 2 legs. In general, you're better off roaming around the island with your own people. Your buddies will be there to help if something happens. However, there are even scarier creatures dwelling here. Creepy experiments. Monsters capable of putting dozens of our brothers in their graves. Run away from those kinds. As far as you possibly can.
Ark Raiders is a multiplayer extraction adventure set in a distant future here on Earth. Players start in Speranza, one of the few places in the Rust Belt that is relatively safe from Ark machines that occupy the surface. There are thousands of people living down here, and there is always a need for vital materials from the world above. The Raiders are the ones who put themselves at risk, both from Ark as well as other rival Raiders, for a price. It is from here that players can reach different parts of the Rust Belt through a network of repurposed tunnels. The Raider we are following is on a quest, a job to obtain a seed vault from a research facility deeper into the city. The others in the squad are after medical supplies, some rare parts, and their best lead is a pharmacy nearby.
I found some chemicals.
A red flare is a signal of a raider getting knocked down. But you never really know what happened there until you go look. Could have been a fight between raiders or Ark. You never know.
Wasp, over there.
Let's go there.
Wasp. Let's go to that tower.
They've reached the pharmacy now.
Let's get over there.
It looks like they are probably the
Got
first
subject
ones here. But you can never be sure, so it is wise to double-check your corners.
Hey, Raider.
Don't shoot, I'm a friend.
You wanna split the loot? Attack the target.
Making friends in the Rust Belt is not easy, but that doesn't mean it can't happen.
Wasp, up there. Careful, that's a hornet.
Found an antiseptic.
This is it.
Some plastic.
Looks like they got what they came for, and now it's time to get out of here. Everything that you find will be lost if you don't make it out alive. But raiders know this. It's what they do. Raider, contact. Engaging in firefights may sometimes be the only way out of a tight spot. Other times, being cautious and staying out of sight is the better option to make it out. For raiders hoping to thrive, the Rust Belt is filled with opportunities and secrets, if you know where to look. You'll have to stay vigilant up there on the surface, where an armada of arc machines roam unchecked. Where motives of other raiders remain dangerously unclear. You'll need to be resourceful, work with what you have, and sometimes make plans on the fly. What are you prepared to risk to get what you want? Ultimately, you get to decide what kind of raider you'll become, shaping your own legacy, your raider, and your home.
What do we have here? Empty. What the hell is going on here?
This is for your own good. Event flag for security. Uplink error.
Shit, I'm out.
Please stand.
Finally. Ah. worth it? Of course it was.
Long years in the dark of the ground. No one knew where we could be found, but all seemed lost and we had to run from Judgment Day and its killing sun. Now it's time to be back in the light. The world of Skynet will have to fight, but the new life one day we'll see, and everywhere our name will be Survivors.
Hey, this is Steve from Bleak Mill. Today we're showing you some early gameplay from our upcoming narrative FPS, Industria 2. In this scene, Nora discovers a group of Stasi agents in an old mine shaft.
What the hell are we waiting for? Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go. There you are.
No way. The Stasi have made it to Nordvold.
Good job we have these disruptors with us.
She can choose to engage directly and risk being overwhelmed, or she can observe her environment and use it to her advantage. The tripod in the center of the room wards off against nearby Atlas robots, but only whilst active.
Okay, let's hope this thing works. time.
Who were you before? Who did you love? What did you believe? It's too late to ask now. We all knew the risks when we ventured out beyond the gates. You helped us make something greater than the fear and death that surrounded us. We found hope in each other.
Help! I'm surrounded. They're everywhere. There's way more than I was expecting.
And even if we bought the other survivors just one more day, the sacrifice would be worth it. It would always be worth it. And that helped us find the courage to keep going, to fight on. We needed it the most. I didn't know you well. But we'll keep your memory alive. Every sacrifice we make matters and will never be forgotten. No one is forgotten. We live on.
It's not your fault, Kyle.
I do not feel obliged to believe that the same God who has endowed us with sense, reason, and intellect has intended us to forego their use. He has gifted us the means to decipher the code of nature, and it's our highest purpose we must strive to accomplish. I only answer to this divine calling. And you.
who's the real beast here.
If you've been waiting for a special occasion to break out your hazmat suit, then look no further than Atomfall. Here at Rebellion, we are excited to introduce you to this new world and what it has to offer. However, there's far more to Atomfall than what we can showcase in a single video. This is just a glimpse of what's to come.
Atomfall is a brand new, single-player, first-person action survival game set in a post-war Britain. It will have you traversing the Lake District of Northern England, uncovering mysteries about the quarantine zone and the people that inhabit it.
My name's Molly. I got some bits and bobs for sale.
My name's Nat, by the way. Forgive me being curious of strangers.
Atomfall takes place in a fictional quarantine in 1962, just 5 years after the real-life event of the Windscale Fire, the worst nuclear disaster in British history. However, in this altered version of history, there are more mysterious and sinister things at play behind the scenes, and you must uncover the secrets of what happened. It's up to you to discover the truth behind the disaster and figure out just how much of this world can be saved.
It doesn't matter what else happened, as long as the truth of this place gets out.
Before you can set out on that quest, you'll awaken in the quarantine zone with little knowledge about who you are, the life you've lived, and certainly the strange new world around you. A rather nasty bout of amnesia.
You're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry.
Are you a law-abiding citizen? A terrifying menace to those around you? Or are you perhaps someone just trying their best to survive in a dangerous, unfamiliar place? The choice is yours, and Atomfall gives you the freedom to embody any role. A village in one of the areas you will visit is controlled by a military group that was sent in to set up and maintain the quarantine after the disaster. A noble cause. But some might question the lengths they've gone to restore order.
I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff.
Armed soldiers patrolling the roads of the village. Robotic sentinels on a hair trigger, prepared to attack at even the slightest hint of aggression. And villagers who live in fear as a result.
Soldiers will string you up for anything these days, and my husband was exploring where they don't like you to explore.
Does this group really have the villagers' best interest at heart?
But step out of line, and I will revoke your liberties here just as quickly as they were given.
Outside of the village is a lawless land filled with bandits and cultists who don't care if you're friendly or not and will attack you on sight.
Be cautious.
There are so many things to consider on your journey through Atomfall. Exploration is a critical component of the experience, especially when it comes to your survival. The quarantine zone is in the idyllic countryside of northern England, but it is not as it once was. An abandoned rail yard, a derelict stone quarry, and verdant rolling hills contain more than just pieces of a prior civilization. As you explore these places, you'll find secret bandit hideouts, mysterious messages, secrets, clues, and leads that might help you figure out how the world fell apart. These can lead you to eccentric characters, secret hideaways, or even the rundown bunkers of the British Atomic Research Division. You'll never know when or where fragments of the bigger picture will be brought into focus, but you will always need to be on guard. These facilities may not be as populated as they once were. However, the halls are often patrolled by the same robots used to patrol the rest of the quarantine zone, as well as irradiated feral creatures that won't hesitate to tear you apart. You will also come across caves and underground tunnels that seem to have been affected by the Windscale disaster the most. Glowing plants and mushrooms cover the walls, floor and ceiling of these places, giving off a hazy fog that makes them more dangerous to traverse than other places you may go. However, the environment is not all you need to worry about. The same terrifying ferals found in the bunkers also live in these areas and will not stop to ask questions before trying to tear you apart. Be sure to be well equipped to handle these creatures and be extra cautious, as not everything is as it seems.
You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the Windscale atom plant.
How are you going to defend yourself against all these threats? You're going to need weapons, supplies, and materials, all of which you can find through scavenging the locations of Atomfall. However, if you truly want to survive, some things may need to be taken by force. The weapons you will come across include melee weapons, like the cricket bat, or ranged weapons, like pistols, rifles,
Think you're good with that thing?
and shotguns,
Get this over with, sharp.
each with their own strengths and weaknesses. During your journey through Atomfall, you may even unlock the ability to upgrade your weapons and give them more power. The ammo for these weapons will be in short supply, so you must either find or craft what you need to survive. However, weapons are not the only thing you will need on your journey. You will gather resources, like cloth and alcohol, to craft various items, to heal yourself, or harm your enemies. Over time, you'll expand your crafting abilities to create more aggressive tools of self-protection. Other tools at your disposal include a flashlight to light the dark paths ahead, and a trusty metal detector to locate buried caches of supplies. A handy ping will alert you when one of these caches is nearby, signaling you to equip the metal detector and begin the hunt. When you aren't scavenging for materials or searching for buried treasure, you might also find various manuals that contain valuable knowledge. These manuals will imbue your character with new skills across 4 categories: ranged combat, melee combat, survival, and conditioning. Even at the end of the world, knowledge is power. Careful selection of which skills you focus on will determine your playstyle and the path you carve out for yourself in Atomfall. We won't be going fully in depth on these skills and what each one entails right now, but as you progress, you will need to pick and choose what type of playstyle you want to focus on in Atomfall.
I really should stop talking. Not personal, but you can't trust anyone too much these days, can you?
We hope you enjoyed the first glimpse into the world of Atomfall. Leave a comment with what you are most excited to see when the game releases on March 27th, 2025. Atomfall will be releasing day 1 on Game Pass, Xbox Series and Xbox One consoles. You can also play on PC through Windows, Steam and Epic Games, as well as PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Stay tuned for an upcoming video that will delve deep into some of the gameplay mechanics we mentioned here. This is going to be a game you don't want to miss out on.
You, sir, are an unrepentant criminal, guilty of illegally entering our country on multiple occasions.
The only thing that I'm guilty of is doing your dirty work.
And by way of compensation, we have overlooked your crimes.
Bring it on, because I'm not doing this shit anymore. It makes you think you have a choice!
What kind of cargo?
Cargo like brain dead, pregnant women.
No one would possibly allow that.
That's why I have to smuggle them in. They make me bring them over from Mexico.
This thing between us, it was a mistake.
No, it was not a mistake. It was not a mistake.
I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty.
This time, I'll make a lasting connection with the lady in red. The perfect ending humanity deserves.
For the sake of the future, we must all come together. As a barrier to the bad, and a gateway to the good. All hands.
Brace for lunch.
World divided, made whole. With a few sticks for encouragement. The UCA's precursor, the United States of America, had a prominent gun culture. A distinctly American philosophy, and one which would appear to have spread to this continent. The more we seek to unite the people with metaphorical ropes, the more essential sticks seem to become.
DHB Magellan. Integrate! Everyone, hold on tight.